Hi all, there is a big change just introduced by Microsoft in Azure Solution Architect certification. They are introducing a new exam AZ305 and expiring two existing exam 303 and 304. So what is changing? As you know, Azure Solution Architect Expert certification in one of the famous certification which used to require two exam AZ303 and 304. As I have marked, both of those exams are now going to expire. So instead, to gain this certification, we need to do AZ104, which is an existing exam about Azure Administrator Associate, and a new exam AZ305, about which we are going to talk more in details. So that means now you get two certification, one at associate level and expert level with two exams, which earlier to get the same two certification you used to do three exams. Now you can get it by 104 and 305, which earlier you would have done 104, 303 and 304, same kind of certification, which is good. Now dates are very important and I'm going to explain more in details. For example, if you are already done 303, have you done 104, what should you do, and when and all this is going to get effect. That is the very critical. Now why Microsoft is doing this change, the expert level of certification and the critical demand for this role. It is important to have foundation of an associate certification before doing the expert, like they do for other expert also. They expect person to do associate certification, then do expert. But this was the one where you can directly do expert architect certification without doing associate. Now they are making it the same path. So what is changing? We are getting a new exam, which is AZ305. It's for designing Microsoft Azure Infrastructure Solutions. In beta version going to be available on November 16, which is a little bit more than a month from now. As you know, beta versions are generally 80% off. As soon as beta codes are out, I will announce on this channel, so make sure you stay tuned. What exams are expiring? 303 and 304 are expiring, and the retirement date for this exam is March 31st, 2022. And there are other exam AZ104, no changes into that, but that is now added to the paths to get to the Azure Solution Architect Expert. So let's look into that more detail. This is how it looks like, the path. And I have put the dates here, November 16th, when beta exam gonna be available, and March 31st, when 303 and 304 gonna get expired. So let's see how it works and what are the options we have. So till November 16th, if you want to achieve Azure Solution Architect Expert, you need to do AZ303 and AZ304. That is the only option we have till November 16th. So between November 16th to March 31st, you have three options to achieve this certification. It could be either AZ303 and 304 because those are not expired yet. It could be AZ303 and AZ305 because AZ305 is introduced. It will mostly be in beta, but it should come out of beta pretty soon. Like November 16th it's in beta. December also, maybe Jan, Feb, sometime it will come out of beta. So whether or beta or not, you have that option to do it. AZ303 plus AZ305. Third option is AZ104 and AZ305. And after March 31st, only option you would have is to do AZ104 and AZ305. Now there could be a scenario, if you're already 303 certified, then what you should do? Then in that case, if you are planning to take exam, if you're planning to take second exam before March 31st, you can go for 304 if you're already preparing for that. Otherwise, if you think you're going to take the exam after March 31st, so it will be advisable to start preparing for AZ305 because 304 will not be there. On the other hand, if you have AZ304 done, then you are having lesser option. Then you must do AZ303 before March 31st, because if you miss that timeline, then after March 31st, 304 will get expired and you don't have any other option other than doing AZ104 and AZ305. And now if you are AZ104 certified and you are looking to get to Architect Expert certification, then you should wait for AZ305 exam to become available and grab it. So that way you just need to do one more certification and you will be Azure Solution Architect Expert. So these are the scenarios. If you have any further question, any other scenario, feel free to put a comment and I will try my best to answer those. And at the same time, as more and more details becoming available, we'll share more details. on this channel. So definitely subscribe to stay up to date. Now, how do you prepare for 305? So skill set is released. See, it's mostly on the design part because AZ 104 will cover the implementation part. So this is targeted for design part. It matches somehow between 304, but again, there is not a lot of overlap. I'm going to talk about that also. And at this moment, if you want to start preparing, how you can prepare, the exam 305 skill set outline is out, which I'm going to show you and put a link for that. Also, there is a 305 study guide available, put together by experienced folks or cloud advocates. That I'm going to put a link for that. And there are learning paths like Cloud Adoption Framework, Azure Well Architect Framework. Those learning paths are available, but dedicated AZ305 learning path is not yet available. But that should be available soon. But in the meantime, these are your sources to prepare for that. And I'm going to put all these links so that you can start your preparation. Now, as I was mentioning, I did some comparison between 305 and 304. And these are the exact same topics I found, like design a solution for logging and monitoring, design governance, integrating application into Azure AD, database, service tier sizing, scalability, encryption, integrating. So there is a lot of things common. So as AZ303 exam is there, the learning path for that is also available. And there are so many courses available. So you can at least prepare these topics while more stuff becomes available for 305. So this is another way to get ahead. And AZ305 gonna become available in beta, which will be 80% discount. So you should be able to do that. Again, the discount information as and when it become available will be shared on this channel. So stay tuned. Just keep these dates in mind and see what option works best for you. And if you have any question, feel free to write a comment, like, share, subscribe to this for videos like this. Good luck.